What is he doing? He doesn't like it. He always wanted a son. It's true. It's true. My dad wanted a son, never got one. And I think he was trying to like have some kind of Rodriguez legacy. And I didn't understand that because I was like, what are we legacy? Chronic ingrown toenails and diabetes? What is our legacy? I found out that our legacy is going to be the fact that my dad taught all the cousins in our family karate. Oh. And that's really weird because my dad doesn't know karate. So we have like generation upon generation of people that don't know how to defend themselves. Oh my gosh. I grew up on the east side of San Jose. The ghetto. Yeah. My neighborhood was so scary too. I remember like walking down the street and the like hardest thugs in my neighborhood are a bunch of unsupervised children locked in their front yards. And their mom is like hella mean too, but I like respect her because she's a hustler. Like I walked by her the other day and she was like asking me for spare change, and I looked in her cup and she had more money than I did. And then I like looked in her cup and she had like a dirty Tic Tac in there. I was like, oh, she's ready for anything. And then this dude like walked across the street and punched her in the face, and I was like, and she has a boyfriend. Please, we can have it all. Yeah. Like I said, I kind of grew up in the ghetto, so I was always scared walking around, and I listen to true crime podcasts, which like makes me more of a weenie sometimes. Like I pulled up to a stoplight the other day, and I looked at the car next to me, and the guy smiled at me, and I was like, he just picked me to be his next victim. Right? And I mean, he made it weird too. I mean, I was picking my nose, but he made it weird the whole time. And my friend is trying to make me not be so scared all the time. So she's like, look, I can get you something. You can get what I got, and then you won't be a weenie all the time. And I'm like, what do you have? So she starts digging in her purse, right? She's digging in her purse, digging in her purse. I'm getting all excited. I'm like, what it is? What is it? I don't know. Digging in her purse. And then she pulls out a taser. And I'm like, wow, I hope whoever mugs you has as much patience as I did for you to pull that out. I like shopping at stores that don't have my size clothing because I don't have like enough overpriced scarves and stuff. But I don't like the skinny girls that work there because they always look at me like I'm lost. Like I'll walk in and they'll be like, the food court is over there. And I'm like, I know where the food court is. But the same thing happens to like the skinny ladies in Lane Bryant, right? Like they'll pick something up and they'll be like, oh my God, I really love this belt. And the Lane Bryant employee will be on them going, that is a necklace, bitch. And then she ate her. Roar.
Hi. Okay, my husband was like, what are you doing? What out there?
When I was a kid, I used to play Star Wars games with the kids in our neighborhood. So I'm really excited about all the Star Wars stuff that's happening right now. And I remember stuff like, you know, we would let the kid down the street be Princess Leia because, you know, he already had the costume. And I always had to play Jabba the Hutt. I know. Why do I play it? I always played Jabba the Hutt, and I was okay with it because I rocked it, but he's not really a multifaceted character. I mean, there's only so many times you can walk around going, right? Oh my gosh. Have you ever had the worst day of your life and some little kid flips you off? And you can't like get them right back because they're not like emotionally crushed like you were. So I had to wait like a week for this kid to fall off his bike, and I ran over to him and I was like, But I like make sure to give the space that he gave me. I was like, And he's like, Auntie, you're mean. Learned it from watching you, all right? Speaking about like flipping kids off, you guys like family barbecues? I like family barbecues. They're always fun. I always go there, and it's like a live action episode of Scared Straight. I like it. I always get there, and there's always going to be a cousin who just got out of prison who's accompanied by the guy he was in prison with that always had his back. And we don't know if he had his back or got his back. Like, we're all too scared to ask. And then all my tias are always like on my case about my weight. They're like, Mija, you'd be so much prettier if you had just lost weight. And I'm like, you're the same size as me. I mean, and then I got that guy that my cousin was in prison with leaning over telling me, hey, personally, I like a little extra carnita in my taco. I'm like, thank you for that. Thank you for comparing me to a fried pig. And then there's like a sea of little kids, always, a sea of little kids. And I never know if they're like my cousins or my uncles. They all look the same. They all look the same. And then I always feel awkward talking to them because I have nothing in common with them. Like, I had a 12-year-old cousin who made this awkward conversation with me. She was like, yeah, I'm a pansexual. And I'm like, I didn't know what it was, so I had to look it up. But at the time, I was like, so what? You like deep dish? I don't. I didn't know what it was. Oh man, you got to be crazy careful out there right now. You have to be safe, you guys. I don't want to, like, cross any hairs, but I was in the store at Target, and there was these two ladies fighting over wine. And I was just in total shock, but I was like super impressed because neither of them dropped their babies. It was, they were just like fucking living the life. Excuse my language. But I mean, like, it's amazing what women can accomplish when, like, they're breastfeeding. Like, they were going at each other. Just look like a donkey. I have teenagers. All my kids are teenagers now, and it's like really... It's hard. They're scary. Like, I don't know why, but they fight all the time. My house is like Mortal Kombat. It's just, they fight, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't understand this. I used to be like an only child. But I guess they say that dogs prepare you for babies, and cats prepare you for getting your face eaten off of if you die first. I don't know. No, cats prepare you for teens. And I believe it, because they're both like very aloof. They're both like very fussy and have like big old attitude problems. And they both don't like when I scratch their tummies. I don't know. I think teens have like so much in common with like cats. I don't know. They both don't want to hang out with me. Look, guys, it was just a rant, really. Yeah. But we have a really great show for you tonight, and I hope you're super excited, and I can't wait to bring up the next person for you. So I have a lady who's performed as part of SF Sketchfest, Tommy T's, Cobb's, and you may have seen her last year at Plethos Productions Uncorked Comedy, along with clubs all over the Bay Area. I hope you're excited to meet her. It is Jeen Yee.
Hey.
Hi, it's me. Can I pin myself? I can. Oh, I get to watch myself in action. This is amazing. No. Make some noise if you're unmuted right now.
Yes. Yeah.
That's good. Hey. Make some noise if you like my hair. Yay. Oh, wait, let's take a vote. Look what prop I have. Yeah. I'm so excited that my mom has 30 old karaoke sets in the house. And now I get to feel like a real comedian if I ever was. I don't know whether you use this thing or not, though, so let's take a vote. Everyone who wants me to hold the mic up as if it mattered, make some noise. Hey! All right. The accoutrement. Oh, look, that hides my double chin. What? This is like the best angle because this is my desk in my den. If I do this, it's a little bit better. Is that better? You guys like that better? How about now? How about now? Is that good? Oh wait, we can do Muppets. We can do new form of media. That's good. I amuse myself. So I'm Jeen, and I am Chinese. It is not a great time to be Chinese right now, but I'm doing pretty well with it. Mostly because as a Chinese person, I have a lot of advantages. One is that I play an instrument. I'm going to put this down because I feel dumb. Oh, it's got me. It's got. 8 minutes. Karen's never gonna book me. All right. So back to jokes. I hate my chin. So there are a lot of advantages to being Chinese. So one is that I do play an instrument. The last show that I did a couple weeks ago, someone was like, "You play the mandolin?" And I was like, "No, that's my language." I amuse myself. But I do actually play an instrument. Oh, what? This is so fun. This is totally audience interaction. Anyway, I can hear about 8 of you, and there's someone in the last set who has a really amazing zipper. Zipper person, are you still there? Can you do it for us?
Zipper.
That was it. Someone saying zipper in a really cynical tone of voice. That was what I was.
Zipper. I can do it whenever you want me to.
All the hecklers. This is just like a big FaceTime with my favorite people tonight because I have no one.
Zipper.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I used to be a teacher. I was a high school teacher for 15 years, and this is suddenly strangely becoming like teaching. Like if I said that zipper joke during a class, like someone would say zipper intermittently for the rest of class.
Zipper.
There we go. I was looking for.
What do you want from me? I'm homeschooling.
The chat box too. Thank you, Anne. All right, this set is going really well. I got 6 minutes. Okay, so since I talked about being a teacher, let's go back to being a teacher. Or talking about it. So I taught high school English for quite some time. Yeah, it was awesome. There are a lot of things that you cannot do as a teacher. Is there anybody else here who is unmuted who's an
How's this?
I used to teach freshmen. That's close.
Used to teach freshmen in high school?
College.
In college. No, that's not close.
My husband teaches English in high school.
Someone here teaches English in high school?
My husband does.
Oh, no. Is he still teaching right now?
He is still
What are you
teaching.
watching?
Kind of. If you call meeting with the students on Zoom once a week, once a day.
Wow. That is pretty impressive.
Fuck.
Probably feel exactly like what's happening right now with me.
I wear a thong and only a thong.
I wear a thong and only a thong. After me in the lineup. I think Alyssa's after me. Alyssa, I'm sorry. I just started all of the hecklers for you. Good luck getting them back. Alyssa's an amazing comedian, though, so she's going to make you laugh without having to interact with you. So it'll be better. As a teacher, because many of you are teachers, you know that there are some things that you cannot say in the classroom. Especially in high school, there's a number that you can never say in the class. That's right. You can't say 69. Sometimes I'm like, here's the page, shit. 70. Oh, got it wrong. Turn back a page. They're too scared to call me out on that. Actually, no, I don't know. Am I the nice teacher or the mean teacher? Unmuted people, make some noise if you think I'm the nice teacher.
Yeah. That was so delayed.
Delay in the audio right now, I think. I think there's definitely a delay. Okay, make some noise if you think I'm the mean teacher.
Yeah.
Same voices. I'm the nice teacher. I'm really nice, I swear. I will smile at the kids all year and flunk their asses. And if they really piss me off, parent-teacher conferences, during parent-teacher conferences, I will flirt with their dad. And I'll do it from this point of view so that I look cuter.
Zipper.
Alyssa, I leave the zipper lady to you. This is going to be fun set for everyone.
Oh, come on.
And you're invited to all of my shows. Anne, are you the zipper person?
No.
Oh, okay. And you're not invited to my shows. Just kidding, Anne. You're invited to all my shows.
No, she's my best friend.
In person Sunday. Oh, Alyssa loves zippers. Are you guys seeing the chat box too? All right. What else do I want to tell you? I do want to tell you one story. I think I have 2.5 minutes for it. Gosh, how to do this? Okay. So in addition to talking to myself in a room with people yelling zipper at me, I also do
I'll stop.
other things. I also am a dancer. I'm built a little low to the ground. So people think that I'm like a hip hop dancer. Actually, no, nobody thinks I'm a hip hop dancer. Look at me. Who thinks I'm a hip hop dancer? All right. But I do dance Argentine tango, actually. And it's a lot of fun because you get to like hug someone for a long time with like no strings attached. You can just like put your boots on some dude. Wow, this is a lot more fun on camera than it is on stage. Tango is awesome. I went through a breakup recently. And after that, I was like, you know, I'm just going to go take a week for myself in Argentina. I'm going to spend all of my savings and I'm going to go do some eat, pray, love stuff because white ladies aren't the only people who can do that. And so I went to Argentina on vacation for a week. I danced Argentine tango every night. It was amazing. And one night there was this hot guy who asked me to dance. He was amazing. Like he had macho just like written all over his t-shirt. And he asked me to dance. And in the middle of the dance floor, like while we're dancing, he's like, so where are you from? And I'm like, America. And he's like, no, seriously, where are you from? And I was like, America. And he was like, where are your parents from? America. What about your grandparents? Fought in World War II for America. And he didn't like that very much. So then he started complaining. He was like, you are chewing gum too loud in my ear. And also, you're not that great of a dancer. I know. And I was like, well, we don't have to dance then. And I left him in the middle of a set, which you're not supposed to do. And I go and I sit down on the side and I'm trying not to cry. And then this old Santa Claus looking guy comes up to ask me to dance. And I love like the big dudes because you can just hang yourself on their bellies. Like you just hang yourself on their belly. Their bellies are like pillows made out of cotton candy and childhood dreams. Like, and while he's, I'm almost done, Karen. I'm almost there. And while he's, you know, taking me around the dance floor, chewing gum really loudly in my ear. And he says, you are an amazing dancer. And I realized he had overheard every bad thing that had happened with that guy before. And then he started singing tunelessly in my ear. And usually I hate it when guys do that. But at that point, it was like the most beautiful music I had ever heard. And that is the end of my set. I'm going to turn it back to Athena. Bye. Woo!
Yay.
Karen, take me off.
Hi, guys. Are you kicked off?
Go for it, Athena.
Okay. All right. Hey, guys. Hey guys, welcome back. Where am I looking at? My camera. Okay. Okay, welcome back. So the next lady we're going to bring up is really fun. We really enjoy her. Her name is Jalisa Robinson, and she was a former resident at Cheaper Than Therapy and also performed at Cobb's Comedy Club. She is a regular at the Setup in SF and the Uptown in Oakland. Give it together, or you can't clap. Never mind. Warm welcome for Jalisa Robinson.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Woohoo!
Can you guys hear me okay? Is this good? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. Perfect. It's funny, we have these really big family reunions in my family, and so and it includes like all the different generations, and sometimes they'll have like a conference call, like a video conference call about like where we're gonna meet, like in what city, and like what we're gonna plan. And the first 20 minutes of it is just me troubleshooting with people that are related, you know, my grandparents, cousins, and just troubleshooting like how to use video chatting. And I feel like this is very similar, so you guys feel like family. A couple of you still don't know, but it's okay, I'll help you out. Yeah, just do some net troubleshooting. Yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna start by telling you guys a story. We can get to know each other. We're in this weird digital room together. I used to have a lot of different jobs, and in college, one of the jobs that I had is that I used to work at the Apple store at the Genius Bar, which is where they pay geniuses minimum wage. And I was working there, and this lady came in. She was very frustrated, very flustered. So she like threw her iPhone down on the counter. She was like, "Your product does not work as advertised." And I was like, "Chill out, Trish," right? like it looks like you dropped your phone in a puddle and lit it on fire. Like, why would it work? And she was like, "Yeah, like I did. Like I dropped my phone in a pool, but then I followed this video that told me that I could dry it out by putting it in a Tupperware of rice and then microwaving that Tupperware." And I was like, "Oh my God, Trish, like you're an idiot." You know what I mean? And like my job at the time was like to care about her phone, but like I was worried about Trish. You know what I mean? I was like, do you have like a name tag, a bracelet, a chaperone? Like, how did you get to the mall today? And here's the thing, like, I'm not like pro murder, okay? Like I'm not pro murder, but like with everything that's going on, like when the grocery stores like run out of food, you guys, like we should eat Trish. We should eat her. The best thing she can do for society. So funny. Things have been like weird lately, but I've been getting used to like the new like effort of things. It's funny, I was talking to my roommate the other day, and her name is Madison, so she's like white. That's redundant. So I was talking to her, and she was like, "You know what we should do is like instead of doing our neighborhood runs, like we should go to like rich neighborhoods and just like loudly talk about the houses we're going to invade when society collapses and like keep the rich. Like we should just stand outside of these people's houses and like talk about how we're going to invade them." And I was like, I will from afar watch you do that, because the police still exists and I'm still Black. So I just like, like you do you, Madison. Something that has been fun for me though, I know sometimes I like to talk about race, and something that has been fun for me that I've been doing lately, and just to like lift my spirit, is that I've been, how like in the media we've been looking at the internet report a lot of like white ladies like calling the police on like groups of Black people, or like white people calling the police on groups of Black people. So what I've been doing is I've been watching runners like in my neighborhood like congregate, like a group of white people congregate outside, and then I call the police, and it actually does feel pretty satisfying. Yeah, white people do it.
Right
yeah,
on.
They just break it right up. So
That's awesome.
the police just come in and they just like break up the Karens. Yeah, so that's been fun. Yeah, follow the rules, break it up. What else have I've been obviously like watching a lot of Netflix lately. That's been cool. I didn't know that Netflix is like so into the 90s. I don't know if you guys saw that they rebooted Full House. Have you seen this?
Yes.
Oh my God, they rebooted Full House. Okay, so all
Horrible.
the characters are all grown up, but they don't have the Olsen twins, so it's actually like not as full of a house, but they call it Fuller House. So I don't really understand the branding on that one. They're also re-airing Friends. And Friends, like, they're just re-airing the old episodes of Friends. Friends is one of my favorite shows when it first aired. Yeah, it was one of my favorite shows. As an African-American middle schooler growing up in the Midwest, I just felt like I really related to the characters in the show. So I watched it a lot.
I do too.
And it's funny because my friends like know about me liking the show Friends, right? They're just like, Jay, you like, you really like this show, like, are you going to watch it again? And I'm not, right? Like, I'm not going to watch Friends because like the show is unbelievable. Okay, like, it's not a believable show. Like, the characters aren't realistic. Like, we all know that like Rachel's not realistic, right? Like, she has a 1,200 square foot apartment, she's a barista. Like, these aren't things, you know, that happen. But I actually don't think that she is the least believable character. I think the least believable character in the show Friends is Phoebe.
I'm Phoebe.
And I think it's Phoebe because Phoebe in the show, one of her day jobs is she is a cab driver. And there is no such thing as a white lady cab driver. Sorry, I just refuse to believe that that was a thing.
Nice.
So when my friends ask me, they're like, Jay, are you going to rewatch Friends? Like, are you going to watch the show? And like, I'm not going to watch it except for under one condition. I will rewatch Friends if
She's a masseuse.
keep all the characters the same, except they recast Phoebe as an actual cab driver. Okay? I want his name to be like Sanjeev. And
Yeah, but her twin was a porn star, so that's more realistic.
You said what?
Her twin was a porn star, which was more realistic.
That is more realistic. You're correct. I don't know how to get back to the joke from that heckle, but I'm working on digital heckling. Don't worry. No, Heidi Chandler. It's great. I like that your name is relevant to my joke. It's great. I love it. Let's talk about something more relatable, I guess. Talk about therapy. You guys in therapy? Yeah?
Clearly.
Yes.
Clearly.
I love asking that. Because I love asking who's in therapy, because whenever I'm talking to people, like, women are always like, oh my God, yes, like, therapy's so great. Like, I love therapy. And like, guys don't talk about therapy, especially like white dudes. They're like, oh no, therapy, what's that? And I'm like, if you guys have been watching the news, like, you definitely should be
I didn't know there was
in therapy. Right? It's like, grab Lance and Trevor, like, have a session. But yeah, I'm in therapy. I actually go to therapy so that I can like dredge up past trauma and use it in my comedy. I'm not actually trying to be a better person. I just desperately need material. It's funny. This actually feels like my current like therapy sessions, like just this like thing where I'm just like talking, and then my therapist is like, tell me more. And then at the end, they just like log off and go back to their life. And I feel and I paid some time. No, I like to go to therapy. I don't know. I go to therapy because I had like a weird childhood. And I realized I have a weird childhood because every time I talk to one of my siblings, we always have like a joint memory about something that was like really kind of screwed up.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, that was like alarming. Hey, does that happen to other people?
A comedy show that was supposed to be live, but it ended up.
I'm gonna wait.
And so it's just a comedy show on Zoom. Put on by.
You guys, this is just like video conferencing with my mom. It's like no different. I feel the same. I talked to my mom yesterday on Zoom, and it was almost like she wasn't there, you know? It was mostly like, Jay, how are you doing?
Really stay 6 feet away from the microphone, because I might catch something.
Oh, that's perfect.
No, it's fine. You guys should talk to my mom on video. She's just like, yeah, Jay, what's up? And she's just got her hand on the camera. She's like, I can see you, but you can't see. I don't see myself. No, it's fine.
Do I have to wear a mask?
Yes. No, I was talking to my sister like last week. We were talking about, we had this joint memory where when I was a child, we were trying to find a way to open this like apple juice bottle when we were like 8 years old. We're trying to find a way to open this apple juice bottle, and we just like stumbled upon my dad's like briefcase of knives, and I was like, oh, that was alarming, right? Do you remember that? That was crazy that he had that. And it's like not super weird, right? Because like I'm from the Midwest, and like if you're from the Midwest, like they're like, we love weapons, right? Like we love weapons. You have to keep weapons in the Midwest, right? Like in case you get attacked, right, by like a bear or like a liberal. Just have to stay ready. So we had a lot of weapons in my house. And my dad, he was in the military, and like, he liked telling everybody. So he kept weapons, like he kept guns and knives like locked in this room in the basement. Like he kept a lot of them because, like show your work or whatever. And so he kept them locked in this room in the basement, which is also where he like locked most of his affection and love, but it's also where we kept the weapons. So that's why I do comedy. Interesting. Yeah, no, my childhood was weird. We grew up, like we started off as little spoiled brats, and then my parents got divorced because they each wanted to like finish the last chapter of their memoirs or whatever, and then we had to like learn how to be broke. It was very interesting transition for us. So when we were like, when my parents were together, we had a lot of dumb stuff, and some of the things that we had, that we used to have this thing, what is it? Those little cars that you like little toddlers will like drive around, those electric cars kids have?
Yes.
Do you remember those? Yes. Those
Power
little,
wheels.
like, Jeeps. Yeah, the Power Wheels that like the children of assholes like drive around the playground to flex. We had those. What else did we have? I had like a Polly Pocket. You guys know? You remember? I had like a black, it's like a pocket Barbie. It's like a pocket Barbie for the boomers. But I had like a black Polly Pocket. I had like a black Polly Pocket, which this was in the 90s, so I'm pretty sure my mom had to like fly to Africa to purchase that, right? Like not a lot of diversity.
Do you have like a huge TV, like a 50-inch TV box?
We did. But we also had a ground house. You guys know what a ground house is? So in the 90s, if your parents, they didn't want you to fall out of a treehouse, they would put that shit on the ground. It was a ground house. That's how you knew they loved you.
Like a playhouse?
Yeah. So
we too poor for that.
That's actually it for me, you guys. I've been Jalisa Robinson. Thank you very much. I'm going to pass it back over to Athena.
Yay! Love you, girl.
Hi. Welcome back. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. I thought she meant me. I felt like personally attacked. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm old. I don't know how to use it. All right, are you guys ready for your next comedian?
Yeah.
Yay! All right. She headlined at Punchline for Body. She's performed at Comedy Central's Clusterfest, Women on Top Comedy, and Sketchfest, and was recently in Plethos Productions' Joketoberfest. You can also check her out at AlyssaWesterlund.com. Ladies and gentlemen, Alyssa Westerlund.
Yay! Yay! Oh my God! Okay, I didn't pin myself because I would rather see just a black screen with your name on it. Like Athena, okay, Megan, hi everybody, S. Brian, you look good, looking great. Yeah, oh my God, Karen, obviously always looks amazing. I'm feeling like I look a little weird. Like, do I look flat to you right now? What's happening? I don't feel
No,
like
you're glowing.
Lovely.
Yeah, I'm good.
Lovely.
I look good. I found makeup. It's been about 3 weeks. We started our quarantine early because my boyfriend got a dry cough. And yeah, so we've been in the house for 23 days. I haven't killed him yet. But don't worry, I'm prepared. This is my only weapon. I literally stole this from my last boyfriend. Anyway, you got to keep weapons around. Apparently that's what's happening, you guys. I am I'm very excited. This has actually been more fun than I thought it would be. I was very scared. Very scared. Anyway, I'm the daughter of an immigrant. Just one immigrant. The other person's an American, but my dad's an immigrant, and it's just one of those things where it's hard because Canadians get no respect. My dad, so he told me a lot of jokes when I was younger. It was like, that was basically, he takes full credit for what I'm doing right now. But the first joke I ever heard was really sweet. It was a Christmas joke, and I was 5 years old. It was Christmas morning, you know, and I run to the tree really early in the morning. Like I never wake up that early, right? And I get there and he just trips me. And I'm lying there in front of the fucking tree and I look up and he's like, Alyssa, you should be grateful. Because when I was a little boy, if I didn't wake up with a heart on Christmas, I had nothing to play with all day. I was 5 years old. That was way too real. It took me years to get that joke. A rocking horse. All these years later, I haven't been on a rocking horse in years, unless that's what I should start calling my boyfriend. Anyway, you guys, I don't. Usually I get really overwhelmed. Right now it's just weird. Carrie King's name. I guess I should have penned myself. Is that something we should actually do?
You're good. You're good. You're good.
God, I don't want to look at me. This is awful. Okay. I never have to see me for this shit. Unpinning. John Ritchie. What's up? Lovely lady. Lucky you. I'm assuming you're married, Karen and John? Or are you guys brothers?
Married for 12 and a half years.
Oh my fucking God. Congratulations, you guys. I'm always shocked. Like, I'm trying to figure out the secrets to a long relationship. Like, now that I've been trapped in a house with them for 23 days, I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, we could get married. But it's one of those things, like, what are the key ingredients? And I think I finally figured it out. You guys can let me know if I'm wrong, but I think it's blowjobs and sandwiches.
Thanks.
That's all I gotta do, right? Like, if I do that, like, I lost my job, he's still working, you know, it's like, what else am I gonna do? Of course I'll make you chicken cordon bleu. You bought me $3,000 worth of groceries. Like, I'll make you whatever you want. No, ladies, you really gotta step up. You think feminism matters anymore? You think that matters? Like, sorry. You know, like, prior to this, you guys, like, this is hard for me. You know, I usually just come these shows to slut shame myself, you know, because I've slept with over 200 men. And I know. Usually people clap for that. It was a lot of work. My girlfriend is not lying, though. They say it's more like 400 men. And now it's like, you know, they always say, like, can you take the, you know, can you turn the hoe into a housewife? And you can. You can. Okay? It is possible. But you can't take the sex drive out of the hoe. Right? Like, like, I used to have 45 million boyfriends, right? Now I have one. Just one man to satisfy all of my needs. And you know what's really messed up about this? It's like, one guy, I actually have to negotiate with this man. I can't just kick him out every time he says something I don't like. Like, and now I literally can't kick him out. This is my apartment. Okay, he makes way more money than me. No, he is rich. He's got a 401k. I'm just going to keep sucking dicks. Everything's going to be fine, you guys. I can make it through this quarantine. No, he is annoying. He is really annoying. What's like, it's been one of those things where I used to do all the dishes, no big deal. But now that it's just like all day, every day. And it's like, it's crazy because he eats pussy like a champ. But the dishes are still greasy. Right?
No.
Why don't you just lick them, honey? Twice now. He does them twice every time. No, let's see. So I didn't wear a bra. I never wear bras. Woo! Yeah, thank you. It's not because I'm a feminist, okay? I don't wear bras because I hate eye contact. Currently not a problem. So my real reason is I'm in my living room. Okay, I don't need a bra. Okay, I'm not even wearing underwear. I was gonna just come to this thing naked and turn my video off. You know, like, what am I doing? I have socks on right now. I am performing in front of people wearing socks. Just socks. No underwear. Like, you know, I wore this dress because my boyfriend likes it, and I'm expecting to get laid when this is done. I think it's actually really hard for him. It's like one man instead of 45 million. Like, how does he do it? It's like, at this point, I'm just like masturbating in front of him on the couch, and
yeah, get the dildos.
Exactly. He doesn't even look anymore. Like, he used to look. Like, let's see, what else do I want to talk about? It's like, it's been crazy, you guys. I have all these jokes, you know. The boyfriend, it was really annoying, honestly. Having a partner is hard. It just kind of sucks, you know. because when we first got together, he said he didn't want me to sleep with other people. That's hard, okay? That is hard. And most people do it, they just lie, they're terrible people. But no, other people. And then he said that I could have sex with other women. I was like, honey, women are people.
No.
Apparently not. Okay, apparently not. I'm still with him. He's a very nice guy. I know he's a nice guy because the first night I spent at his house, he said, Alyssa, we're gonna be PG. And I don't really understand the rating system, but I'm pretty sure that means kids can watch. Okay, sorry, yeah, bad joke. No, what am I going to talk about? Yeah, feminism I feel like is less important now. I mean, especially considering that my new job just literally has the title blow in front of it. But it just doesn't feel, and like right before, like I've always been this big feminist. It's like I hate men because they talk. I hate men because, I don't know, they come too fast. I hate them because I just don't like them, right? I don't like them. I fuck them all the time, but I hate them. And now I'm like, I don't even understand feminism anymore. You know, because the other day before all this happened, I got a flat tire. And I was on the side of the road, 10:30 at night. No one else is out there. And I'm just freaking out. I have 2 of the wrong jack assemblies. And I drive a Crown Vic. That is you guys know what a Crown Vic is?
Big car.
Yeah.
It's a big car. It's an old cop car. And I got 2 of the wrong jack assemblies in the trunk. And I'm trying to make them work. And it's just not happening. And finally, this guy stops in this big, turbo diesel truck. And he gets out. And, it turns out he's a firefighter, right? It's like, of course, he's a firefighter. And, God. So I'm just like, thank God someone's here. They're going to help me. And then I'm like, oh, God.
Don't help me.
What if this guy makes me suck his dick? Oh, God. Okay. He'll still help me. So, I've got this tire iron in my hand and I'm holding the flashlight for him and he's jacking up the car and, he's getting that tire in there and he starts to sweat a little bit. And I start realizing, I'm like, wow, this guy's actually kind of cute. And I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe he doesn't even have to be raped. Maybe I could just suck this guy's dick. I mean, he did something nice for me. I could do something nice for him. I don't understand feminism, you guys. I always felt like it helped men more than women because now I have to work and suck dick. It's back in the day, we just had to do one thing. Now, I am getting better as a chef here. The last thing he requested, because he's never seen a recipe before, was beef Wellington. I was like, okay. I know I made you cheese manicotti, okay? I know I cook fried chicken like a maniac. I know that I can do, chicken cordon bleu. I can make a pie, all these things. But beef Wellington, do you understand what's happening in the world outside? You think I could just get puff pastries? So yeah, we got to make them read the recipe books. I don't know. I'm making them write down the list of ingredients for things now because apparently millennials don't know what meal planning is, and I'm really going to be shocked if any of us survive another week. I have friends who are literally putting ranch on pieces of bread. That's what they're eating right now. I am so upset. They don't know how to boil water, you guys. They don't know how to do anything. And I'm just like, what happened to our generation? I feel like computers must have eaten us, and now we're just in here. They're awful. Karen, I myself. I thought I pressed the button, but I don't think I did. And this is really, yeah, I didn't press the button, but this is it. So we got confirmed from everybody. Thank you for confirming that. Oh, ranch bread is amazing. Oh my God.
Put some cheddar on it.
Okay, so this guy would have it's amazing. He can't sweep. He has a Roomba. I mean, he makes enough money. It's fine. But he laundry doesn't know what laundry is. I swear to God, he's never smelt detergent. The dishes are fucking greasy. What else? Oh, ramen. He just eats ramen. He would be totally fine. He's got 3 boxes in the cabinet. He eats so much fucking ramen. When I first met him, his cum tastes like ramen.
Oh, no. You eat cum? That's not feminist.
Anyway, okay, and you know, I'm just one of those people where I'm 34 years old and I'm like an old millennial, right? But at this point, I feel like I'm like a secret 70-year-old or something because I just want to murder my peers. Like, I'm like, okay. Are you really having a problem? Like, some guy put emergency in a thing of tequila the other day. He's talking about taking his vitamins. Like, I don't care if you're day drinking, okay? I don't care if it starts at 9 in the morning. Time doesn't matter anymore. But, like, at least learn how to make a good drink. I don't understand. Like, didn't you guys have to cook? Like, didn't you, any of you, where are my millennials at? Didn't you have chores? Like, didn't someone hit you? Like, why didn't anyone? No, my boyfriend has kids. He wants kids so bad. Like, every time I talk about kids, he gets a hard on.
Oh, Lord.
But I don't want babies. I don't want babies because I hate carrying stuff. Just and heavy. And now imagine, I'm thinking of all the parents. I know there's probably a lot of parents in here right now. And my biological clock literally never worked. I had, like I said, 45 million, well, at least 400 partners that I didn't just see once or twice. Some of these guys I was sleeping with for 17 years, which means since I was 17, like, and like, oh my God, now just one guy, and he's absolutely nice to me, and just, you know, and he's rich, and he's good looking, and I'm like, oh my God, I started wanting babies, and there's a God, the end of the world is happening, and I'm over here like, honey, if comedy is over, like, if I can't perform anymore, you have to knock me up, like, we have to do this. What else am I gonna do with my life? But no, this is the worst time to want children. But to all the parents out there, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you made that decision. And, you know, I'm just knocked up on birth control. No, children are great. I really do want one.
No, day drinking is great.
Day drinking is great. Children are great. Ranch bread is great. You guys are great.
It's all good.
Oh my God, you guys are wonderful. Thank you so much, Karen. Very happy to be here.
Woo!
Yay!
Yay!
Yay.
Hey.
Good job.
Who's that? Wait, who is that? Alyssa.
All right, Athena, take it away.
Oh, okay.
Chat
All right.
function on the phone app. I can't find it.
Oh, hey guys, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed Alyssa. She was really fun. I like her. I got married because the last guy I dated, I caught him cheating on me. I was like, I walked in on him and I was like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And he was like, hey babe, you made it to the threesome. I was like, oh man, I forgot all about that. And then I realized that no way, because the guy he was fucking wasn't my type. You know? Guys. Well, this next lady headlined one of Plethos Productions' very first comedy shows, Comedy Gold. She regularly headlines all over the Bay Area. She recently made her national television debut on Funny AF, which is now airing on Revolt TV. She also taped her comedy special, Coming and Going, which is now available at sheybell.com. Your headliner, Sheybell.
Hey.
Take it away, Chey. Woohoo!
Hey. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing tonight? You guys all right?
Hey.
I got some wine. First of all, let me say, give it up for all of the funny females that you saw so far. Show them some love. Well, it's not daytime anymore, so we ain't day drinking. So I hope you guys are drinking. I'm having some wine right now, trying to make it through the coronavirus. I'm wondering, just with all the drama going on, and you know, just confusion and being in the house all the time with your significant other. I'm just curious, is anybody else's relationship on the rocks?
Just the wine.
It's on the couch. It's on the couch.
It's a rough time to be in the house the whole time with your significant other that you live with 24 hours of the day, all day. So this is fucking necessary right here. Just just throwing it back. I don't know how many people have had a hard time. Like I've been having a hard time trying to do things inside that I would normally do outside. Okay, like working out, or I've become a chef all of a sudden. All of a sudden, I'm fucking Julia Childs. I don't really know how to cook, but all of a sudden, Pinterest recipes over the last week have become my best friend. So,
right.
You know, so it's a lot of challenge. It's a lot of wine drinking. A lot of trying to get used to doing things I used to do outside, inside, and you just can't do it the same. Working out is not the same. Even, you know, cooking doesn't have the same flair because now you have to cook. You know, you don't have any other choice. You can't go out to the restaurant. So we're just all just trying to get used to that. But anyway, I am trying to. I've been thinking about some things. I feel like even before coronavirus started, it's been a weird time. Obviously, you know, the coronavirus has taken us to a different place, but even before that, though, I feel like it was a weird time for comedy. So this is even more odd, right? Having to talk into a camera and talk to people I can't see or touch. I feel like, you know, people are like super PC. I don't know if you were at comedy shows or just kind of like in the world with people, you notice like how maybe PC people are right now. And it makes it a little bit difficult for comedy. Like people are easily offended. You know what I mean? Just sometimes for no reason and sometimes for the most ridiculous reasons. Like I'll give you an example of one experience that I had. Like I was reading a magazine recently. Just, okay, somebody smoking weed? What's going on? You told on yourself. That's all that coughing. I hope that's coughing for weed and nothing else. That's the only type of coughing we gonna accept out here.
Good point.
Smoking a bowl, okay? Yeah, I was reading the magazine, right? And I was just like thinking, you know, inside the magazine there was a survey, like where women, you know, in the survey, women were admitting to like being happier with ugly men. Okay. And my dad, you know what? My dad, he got all upset just because I asked my mom if it was true. Like, I know that's bad news. Like I was like, how is this my fault? You know? I don't know about anybody else if you guys like read magazines or like, you know, you are follow surveys or anything like that. Like I don't really believe in surveys personally myself. Studies I do because that's different. We need that type of stuff for like medicine and how to live better. But like, I don't know if I need, you know, Cosmopolitan to tell me anything, you know. But the day actually that I was reading the survey, I had smoked a lot of weed, so you know, I was just like, fuck it, let's see what's going on. Yeah. So you know, so I started, you know, just reading through, and I found out a bunch of other, you know, interesting things, but it's just weird though. I didn't really believe it, like I said, because I don't really believe in surveys very much, you know. I just feel like it makes me feel like sometimes, you know, women, we might get the short end of the stick reading this stuff, you know, because it just lets me know they don't know anything about women at all. You know what I mean? Like ladies, it feels like we get the short end of the stick sometimes, like at work, for instance. Unfortunately, you know, like men, they still make more money than we do, right? They still make more money than we do. I mean, we live longer, right? We live longer than they do. right? But I feel like if I had to find like the silver lining in the survey, it would be that ladies, we get to keep their money when they ugly ass die. So that's a plus there. Guys don't like that. I was like only like 30% of the room likes that joke whenever I tell it, you know.
That's okay.
I hear the guys wanting to laugh, but they ain't laughing. They don't really, you know, I lose them halfway through it.
I can see you. No, you weren't muted.
Yeah, it's just silly, you know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm a big conspiracy theorist. Like I might be a conspiracy theorist about the whole coronavirus too, but I won't go there. I don't want to dampen anybody's spirits.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I flow with it. Flow with it right now.
Did you get tested?
Did I get arrested?
No, tested.
What?
No, tested. Tested.
Oh, you know, I did not get tested. I did not.
They won't test anybody.
No, I did not get tested. I did feel sick earlier this week, but not like sick. I don't know what the hell that means, but I mean, like I, kind of had a sore throat or whatnot. But then I just over medicated. I started taking a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that's what people should do.
Yeah, I started taking a bunch of stuff, and then I felt better, so I'm okay. So I don't, but I don't know if I could still get sick and believe in that. But anyway, we're getting derailed. Who cares about that?
What you want to talk about?
What I want to talk about next is how I feel like people don't know anything about women. That's what I was talking about last, but also it leads me to believe like how less people know about, gay people in the world. I'm a proud member of the LGBT community, and I'm often, thank you.
Amen.
Thank you. I'm often, surprised about how much people don't know about gay people. Still, in 2000, in 2000, when it's not, it is 20. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's too much wine. And so I'm often, I travel all over the world, and I'm often surprised about how the dark people are still, and it's weird. Like, I know they don't know very much about gay people, honestly, because of some of the ridiculous questions that I get asked every day, particularly like about older people, and not just older people. It's like older people that in the South, per se, like for instance, I brought my girlfriend home, to meet my family for the first time over the holidays. And one of my aunts who was visiting us from Alabama, she had some questions, and she wasn't afraid to ask. So like right before dinner, like she walks up to me and my girlfriend with the craziest questions, just like out of the blue. No, she just comes up to us and she was just like, so baby, who's the boy? Oh, right? Now, when she asked me the question, I actually felt dumber.
Yeah.
Felt dumber when she asked me the question. I was just like,
whoever's
I was all nobody.
You should have pulled it out. You should have pulled out a dildo or something and been like, this the boy.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. That was so weird, Yeah, but she actually had more questions, believe it or not. She came back with some more questions. And she was just like, well, it was almost like she didn't understand what I was saying. She just comes back and she was like, but who's gonna take out the trash?
Oh my God.
It's like, what? And all I could think in my mind was like, with her saying that, it was so far off who's gonna take out the trash. The only thing I could think about was like an old mob movie. You know what I mean? Like, oh, mob. I'm like,
well, who's gonna take
garbage.
out the trash?
Yeah, it's like it's not a dead body. You know, it's garbage.
Well, not yet.
I honestly don't think like she liked how I responded to her question, because then she came back with more questions. She had more questions.
That's because she didn't want answers.
If she came back the next question, it confused me even more. She was like, no, what I mean is, are you coming or are you going? And I was just like, wait, I'm gay.
Are you coming or going? What does that even mean?
Going. I don't know. I was like, I'm gay, not disoriented.
Wow.
What?
I feel
I was like, you know, it's time for your nap. You got to go lay down. Go take a nap.
Take a pill.
Take one of them pills.
Take one of them pills.
Yeah.
Go eat lunch so you can take one of them pills.
Yeah. That was crazy, man. Before I did get in, I'll be honest though, I'm like pretty fluid, like sexually, you know. Before I got into a relationship with my girlfriend, this is a few years ago, I actually was dating a man, right? So that means obviously I was in a bisexual relationship at that point. And I remember people like getting the same weird questions from people, you know. I remember one night I was doing this comedy show and I was like, you know, sharing my experiences in dating men versus women. And, you know, after the show, this guy, he comes up to me with this walk. He comes up to me after the show and he's just like, so you date boys and girls. Yeah, to the side. You date boys and girls. So what's the difference?
You're like,
I thought it was so crazy. I thought
you just made up my mind.
You know what I mean?
You just made up my mind, boy.
Yeah, right. Thank you. I made the right choice. Thank you.
Yeah.
But it was so weird, his whole posture, right? I just looked at him and I was just like, well, first of all, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't walk like that. You know what I mean? I was just like, what? Like, just be normal. Like, you know, like why are you crip walking right now?
Up to me.
You know? And I started thinking, like, only a meth head or a crackhead like starts a conversation with a dance, you know, hey,
with a limp.
Hey,
like, why you limping?
Yeah, what's so dumb, man. The question was so ridiculous. So, like, I just, you know, at this point, like in my life, when people go there, I just want to have fun, right? So I just started. I just wanted to start playing with him. I started talking to him like he was an infant, really. You know what I mean? I just started fucking with him. I was like, let me see. What's the difference? What's the difference between boys and girls? Let's see. I was like, well, sir, I don't know if you know this or not, but one has an innie, okay? Okay. And the other one's a dick. He didn't like that. He didn't like that.
No.
But fuck him. No.
Yeah. Fuck them all.
Yeah. This guy actually had a friend with him, believe it or not. He had a friend. Like, imagine like somebody claimed this guy. Who knows? But somebody claimed, you know, like, who has a friend like this, you know? And his friend was equally as stupid, you know? Obviously, you know, stupid travels in packs. I don't know.
They do.
You know, but then his friend just automatically assumed that I knew where the orgy was going down.
Then you got to start fucking with them. Just be like.
And then I was just like, he just assumed that I knew the orgy, and I do.
Sure. You're a comedian.
But I was just like, you can't go, sir. We don't let stupid people in. I just feel like this as a queer person. I feel like this. Like you can have whatever opinion you want. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You don't necessarily have to be on the gay train.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't. But I do try to encourage people not to judge. Right? Just don't judge. That's what I try to encourage people, right?
We all
don't judge
fuck up.
because, well, also because you might, change your mind one day.
Mm-hmm.
Like think about it as, society continues to evolve.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like here's an example. Like, I don't know if you guys know this or not. But back in the Roman times, people actually believed that a woman had to have an orgasm in order to get pregnant.
Oh.
Okay. And we all know that's not true. Okay. Because if that was true, there would probably be only one person on this video chat. Now, normally, I'll be honest, when I tell that joke, there's usually 75 people in the room.
Yeah, but we're serious right now, girl.
Yeah. I could say like, yo, if that were true, there would only be 12 people in this room. But I gotta adjust my numbers.
That means all of us are lesbians.
Yeah, there we go. You know what's weird though? I think I have a different perspective on things sometimes. I feel like as a queer person, believe it or not, I actually understand homophobia. Yeah, that's what I would expect. I would expect silence.
I have my own.
When I say this though, I mean, like, I don't agree with it, but I understand it. I get it, because it's all about, homophobia is about maintaining gender norms, right? And we've all been socialized to believe that, there are things that women can do and there's things that men can do. And, sometimes when we start crossing them over, people get a little bit confused, right? Like, I'll give you another example. This is a good example. I have a really good friend. He's a good friend of mine who has a young son that, he just started elementary school. And he's a cute kid, and the kid wants to be in the school band, right? And he wants to play the flute. But his dad, who unfortunately is homophobic, told him, he can't really play the flute because the flute is a girl's instrument. Right? That's crazy. When I heard that, I was like, I thought that was so ridiculous and stifling also, because I'm like, this kid could actually be the best flute player that ever lived. You fucking up your own yacht right now. You could be, That's where I went to. I went to the money first. That was selfish. But then I wanted to make him look silly. I wanted to show him how silly, he looks. So then I started, I went online and I did a bunch of research, and I found out some interesting things about the flute that I could take back to him. Okay. And here's a couple things that I found out about the flute. The first I found out is the flute is actually the first and oldest instrument ever made. Okay. Now, by that fact alone, I was like, were women even allowed to play this shit when it was first made? Like, that's the first place I went, right? But then I found out the true definition of the flute, okay? And the dictionary describes the flute is a hollow tube that has a hole on each end. And when you blow on the hole, it vibrates in the middle and then a sound comes out the other end. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I read that definition, I thought to myself, I was like, I'm not going to win this argument. Your son's a fag. Sorry. Now, for the people who are listening and did not laugh or felt offended because I said fag, shame on you. Shame on you, first of all, because it's a joke. But also, I'm queer. I can say fag. I can say it. Okay? It's kind of like I can say, you know, nigga because I'm black. Or better yet, how I can say cracker because it's slavery. Some of you didn't like it, but you know what? I don't care. Take it, take it, take it, take it. I don't know if we're on the brink of going back to work. I can't see a time, so I don't know how long I've been going on. You can I don't know to watch, but I'm gonna go probably another 4 minutes unless you want me to leave sooner. Let me know. Nobody's working right now, but I obviously don't have a corporate job, and not because I walk around saying fag and nigga. Okay, that's not why. Okay. I have a corporate job for other reasons. That might have something to do with it, but that's not the only reason. I don't know about you guys. Like I have a hard time like subscribing to corporate philosophies. It's hard for me because I'm an artist and I'm a purist in the sense that I believe in people just living and exploring their own lives and being their own people and really being in control of how they move around in the world. But also because I don't subscribe to like corporate philosophies. Okay. One of the ones that I absolutely hate the most is fake it till you make it. I don't know about anybody else. I absolutely hate this with a passion. And it's something like we've all been socialized to do at work. You know, I come from a corporate background, so I understand it's what we're taught to do. But I just think it's so like, I don't know. I just think that's just not the way to raise a society, right? I personally think it takes so much more courage to look at your coworkers right before an important staff meeting and just say, you know what, Tim, my nigga? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Okay. I think it just takes so much more courage to just admit that you're fucking clueless rather than taking the whole ship down, you know? That's just my view. Also, I don't think it works. I don't think that fake it till you make it works, right? I've tried it. I tried. The last time that I tried to fake it till I made it, somebody's hair fell out. Okay. And that's a real story. I was a hairstylist. That's when I was a hairstylist. Okay. Now, the bottom line is either you know how chemicals work or you don't. That's it. Okay. I work at Supercuts now. Work at Supercuts. I'm still faking it. I'm not telling you which one. Okay. I'm not gonna have you fucking up my job. Now, I'm still faking it there. Okay. I'm still faking it at Supercuts, but I feel less bad when I mess up because, you know, people only pay $10 for a haircut, you know? Half the time I'm looking at them, I'm just like, well, you know what, John, this is kind of on you. It's your fault. You should have knew better, you know? You should have known better, you know? You get what you pay for. Yeah, you know? I can't tell you guys how many times somebody has got up out of my chair and they walked away and I looked at the back of their hair like, I could have did better. You know, or just not taking their money. I've actually refused tips, you know, just like, no, you know what, Bob, you're going to need that for the next haircut. It's crazy. I try to be better. Well, you know what is actually surprising about working at a discount hair place is how people come in with such high expectations. Blows my mind. I don't understand. It's like, no, yeah, we focus on quantity, not accuracy. It's just like, people in, you know? You cannot be surprised. I'm gonna give somebody a zit one day. You know, ladies, you don't know what that is, but if there's a guy on here, you know that zit. That's not a. You know what? That's not a good sign. When you get a haircut and then the clippers go zit, like that's bad news right there. That means you got a nick in your hair. That's not it. Okay. You should never be getting a haircut, and then it sounds like somebody's like casting a fishing pole behind your head. It's not good. But you guys see I have a short hair, right? I had my mom cut my hair one day. This is where I actually got this joke because I needed a haircut. And I just told my mom, hey, cut it. And I sat down and my mom was giving me a haircut. All of a sudden her zit, I was like, oh shit. And then my mom was like, oh, it's dark in here. I was like, wait, did you just say it's dark in here? I wanted to kill her, man. That was crazy. I'm going to leave you with this little bit, and it's a piece of advice if you guys have any kids or you have friends who have kids that come get haircuts. Because this is getting out of hand, and we got to draw the line in the sand right now. Parents who bring their kids in to get a haircut, and they're too young. I have people that come and they want, like, well, it's not necessary for your kid. Why does your 3-year-old need a tight fade? I don't get it. Why, you know? Right. You don't need a tight. He's 3. Why do you know? Why, you know, they come in and collar pops up, talk about, oh, I need a number 1 right here and a number 3, and I'm like, yeah, but it's the middle where we're gonna have a problem. Okay, because you can't hold his head straight. This is not gonna work out. Okay. First of all, in the mom, it's like you. What are you training your kid to be here? He's a kid. Let him be a kid. You know. One lady came in last week and the kid was like super young too. She wanted him to have a mohawk, and I'm just like, "Ma'am, your son's 2. Why does he need a mohawk? That's like an aggressive haircut, right?" Right, it's like you don't, and then you wonder, and then you're gonna wonder when he's 18 why he's facing assault charges. It's because you made him dress up like an Indian warrior when he was 2. Well, you don't need that. So let's take it easy. Be easy at the supercuts. Don't come in with too many expectations. Everybody's hair is good. This is what I'm looking forward to. After the coronavirus is over, I'm going to make a lot of money fucking up people's hair. This is a lot of you guys out there, a lot of ladies that's not going to have haircuts, and you guys looking raggedy, and I'm going to be waiting. All right. I think you guys have been amazing by staying on here, listening to all the comments, and being open to, you know, entertain a new format. And, you know, comics, we need interaction. So this is amazing for you guys to log on and be here. I am truly grateful for the opportunity, and I'm grateful for each one of you guys to spend your evening with us. Thank you so much. I had a great time. I'm so humbled. Thank you for the organizers who gave me this opportunity and all the comics who gave me. You guys have been great. My name is Chey Bell. My name is Chey Bell, and if you want to find me anywhere online, you can do so at CHEYBell.com or anywhere online under that. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I'm going to bring up all of our comics. All right, give it up for Athena, your host. Athena,
Yay.
start your video. Give it up for Athena. And we'll bring up, first up was, let's see, Jeen. We'll bring up Jeen. Give a big hand to Jeen. Jeen, thank you for being here. And Jalisa. Give it up for Jalisa. Thank you so much for being here. And Alyssa. Yeah, great job, Alyssa. All right. And one more time for your headliner, Chey Bell. Great job. Great job. Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for being here. I was so excited to have all of you join us for this digital platform. If you liked it, please share with your friends. Let us know. Give us some feedback. You can email us to let us know on Facebook or Instagram what you thought of this platform. If it was good, we're happy to do it again. That's the end of the show. Thank you for being here, but we won't kick anyone out. If you want to turn your cameras on and have some human interaction time, like post-show chit-chat, tell the comics what great job they did, go for it. Again, thank you for joining us for Plethos Productions. That's what she said. Thank you all. Great job.